Okay, enough is enough. This price increase, price gouging that we're seeing on brand new vehicles, I'm talking the GMC Sierra, Chevy Silverados, the electric vehicles that General Motors is coming out with, has got to stop. It has got to come to an end, and I have some good news for you today that I want to share with you about this particular situation that I know is bothering all of us right now. So with that, let's get going. But before we go too far, I have to say that this video is sponsored by Manscaped.com. And unless you've been living under a rock for the last little while, Manscaped is the global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Now, I've had a lot of companies reach out to me since I've been doing this YouTube channel, and this is the first one I decided I actually wanted to join up with because I believe in their product and I use their product all the time. And Manscaped was kind enough to hook me up with the Perfect Package 4.0. Now, in part of this package, one of the biggest things they included is right here. This is the Lawnmower 4.0. It's an electric waterproof trimmer equipped with their advanced skin-safe technology, which eliminates the chances of nicks and cuts in the most sensitive of regions. Now, as mentioned, it is cordless and it is waterproof, and it also charges very easily. You just drop this down into its charger, it charges quickly, and it runs for 90 minutes after charge. And aside from this trimmer, that's not all they're including. They're also giving you the Manscaped Crop Preserver and the Manscaped Crop Reviver. This one here, the Crop Preserver, is the ball deodorant, and the Crop Preserver is the ball toner. I can tell you they both smell amazing. And for a limited time only, they're going to throw in this Shed travel bag and the Manscaped anti-chafing boxers. And listen, I highly recommend you go to manscaped.com and you can use my personal code GENJEFF, G-E-N, Jeff20 to get 20% off your next order plus free international shipping. So there's no question, it's fair to say that we are in one of the most unprecedented times the automotive industry has ever seen. Price increasing on new vehicles is through the roof. Not to mention, we have also seen a lack of inventory. Obviously, these two things go hand in hand, right? But the whole idea of this has been super frustrating to me because I'm a consumer just like you are. Although I work at a dealership, and unfortunately, the dealership I work at has not increased the pricing of our vehicles, there are some dealers who are, and General Motors means to take some action in regards to this. Now, if you've just gotten in the industry, if you just got into shopping for a vehicle, maybe you haven't been looking at car prices up until recently, or maybe you have been following this, let me just inform you really quickly. What's been happening at a select amount of dealers is there are people that are taking advantage of, more so right now, it had been on more unique vehicles. So let's say a Corvette, Stingray, or, a Silverado EV, or, what we have upcoming in terms of the Silverado ZR2 or the Sierra AT4X or the Sierra Denali Ultimate. These vehicles, without question, are going to be low in numbers in the foreseeable future. And right now what's happening is dealers are taking advantage of that fact and increasing the price of these vehicles above the MSRP. And if you don't know what that is, it stands for Manufacturer's Suggested Retail Price. And as far as I've always been concerned, that's a bit unethical, right? I don't have a problem if you're selling something for the price it's suggested at by the manufacturer, especially if you don't have a lot of them, or hardly any of them for that matter. But what dealers are doing what they call addendums, or market adjustment pricing on top of these vehicles. And it is creating tension and a lot of animosity towards a lot of dealers, and I can completely understand why. Again, because just because I work at a dealership doesn't mean I'm not sitting in this chair as a consumer like you are. So with that being said, what makes me very happy today is to hear that General Motors, the company that obviously I love, is going to take some action to hopefully try and reduce this happening. And let me just really start off by saying this first and foremost. General Motors really realizes that this is only a certain select amount of dealers doing this. This is not the majority, but what they want to do is squash this before it does become an acceptable practice and everybody is doing it. And in fact, just recently, what I wanted the whole video to talk about was a letter that was sent out to General Motors dealers, at least in the United States. I'm up here in Canada. I hadn't seen it personally, but I have had the opportunity to read it. And it was sent out by GM's North American president, Steve Carlisle, who I believe is a fellow Canadian of mine. But regardless of that, here is just a tidbit, a portion of what he had to say. And basically, just to preface this, he's not only talking about vehicles that are on lots, but we're talking about these new vehicles that are coming out. As you already saw, we released the Silverado EV. There's the Corvette Z06 that's coming out. These are going to be high demand vehicles in low quantity, and dealers are taking advantage not only of what they have on their lot, but of these vehicles they know are going to be high demand, low inventory coming in. So what he said was this. He said, unfortunately, it has come to our attention that in connection with some of these announcements and launches, a small number of dealers have engaged in practices that do not support a positive sales experience for our customers. This puts our collective interest at risk and generates negative press that reflect poorly on GM's brands and your dealerships. Specifically, it has come to our attention that some dealerships have attempted to demand money above and beyond the reservation amounts set in GM's program rules and or have requested customers to pay sums far in excess of MSRP in order to purchase or lease a vehicle. Steve also went on to call out dealerships who are using brokers to sell the vehicles through, which is also a breach of the General Motors contract. All in all, I'm very happy to say that I work for a company who is trying to be more on the ethical side of things. My question to you today, however, is are you in the market for a new vehicle? Are you looking at a new truck, an SUV, a car? What is it you're looking for? Have you been to a dealership that has asked more money for it? I'm curious the vehicle. I'm curious if they've asked more or if you've got a great deal. Because I would like to call out those dealers who are getting a good deal. Now, I don't want the dealership name. I just want to know what area of the country or North America you're in, what the vehicle was you're shopping for, and if there was a price increase on it. I'm very curious to hear. So comment below. As always, listen, I got more videos coming, so stay tuned for those. Thanks so much for watching. As always, take care, everybody.